Hi, I'm Areva Martin, and welcome to the special report. As a mom with a son on the autism spectrum, and as the founder of one of the state's largest nonprofit organizations working at the intersection of disability rights and social justice, that's my favorite organization, Special Needs Network. Today's conversation is very, very personal to me. You are about to hear an incredible story about a young woman, and this young woman epitomizes endurance, identity, and how you break barriers even when the odds are stacked against you. See, at an early age, Adrienne Bunn defied expectations. Diagnosed with autism at the age of 4, she set her sights on one of the world's toughest endurance events and recently made history at the very young age of 18. She was the youngest female with autism to compete and complete the Ironman World Championship race in Kona, Hawaii. But that's not all. No, that's not all. Adrienne, a triathlete, a marathoner, a freshman at the College of Central Florida, collegiate cross country runner, and even more, a history buff. She's a fan of cruising around in her new car. Go, Adrienne. She loves friendship bracelets. She's a daughter, she's a sister. And from what I hear, she is an all around great friend, cool chick, boss chick, I'll call her. Not bad for a young lady with what may call a disability. And I'm calling it an incredible ability. I am so excited that Adrienne is joining me here today because we're talking about the topic of autism and the unlimited possibilities of individuals who are on the spectrum. Well, first of all, Adrienne, congratulations on completing the Ironman competition. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing your story, not just with me, but with millions of people around the globe. And I have one simple question for you, and it is, how does it feel?
Um, Thank you for letting me be on your show. I am so impressed by you. Um, I feel very good, and very happy to be on the show with you.
Wow. So, Adrienne, I know what it's like for a child to get an autism diagnosis because my son Marty got his diagnosis around 2. But
Okay.
when I got Marty's diagnosis, and when a lot of families get that diagnosis, we're told all the things, like this long laundry list of things that our children will never do.
Mhm.
But you have spent your life proving what's possible. So I just want to ask you about the diagnosis. When did you even know that you were on the autism spectrum?
I knew when I was on the autism spectrum when I was like 4 years old, the same time I got diagnosed. Um, I was on medication for my autism diagnosis, and I went to the card center for in Gainesville, and they told me about horseback riding, and that really helped me with my balance and communication and a lot more other things, um, just to help me be me.
So I know you're 20 years old now. So that diagnosis at 4 was a long time ago. But I do want to ask you, Adrienne, do you recall anyone ever telling you as a young girl the things that you couldn't do?
No, my mom kept it very positive in this household. We are a very positive people to have the spirits very high. Um, but I mean, you fight all those challenges, and I got bullied at a young age, so out of all my years of being in school, so I didn't really have friends when I was younger, and now I'm just starting to get friends get friends in my own age, so I'm pretty grateful for the friends that I have and have made.
Thank you so much, Adrienne, for sharing that. That is the reality, unfortunately, of so many young people on the spectrum. They don't have friends. But look at the irony. You were bullied, you didn't have friends as a kid. Now you're a celebrity. People know you around the world. So I'm sure that there are lots of people who, want to be your friend and will befriend you, particularly as they learn more about your incredible journey. I do want to ask you about what it took. I know to compete in an Ironman, it's not just about the physical strength that you need, but it's also mental and it's emotional, even spiritual. So on the toughest days, like when you just wanted to give up because it was so tough, what kept you going?
What kept me going on the days where I did not feel like going and wanted to sleep in are I thought of names of people who inspired me or famous quotes from famous people to keep me going. Um, but I have determination to be determined to get the stuff that I need to get done. So, and I love doing what I do. I love doing triathlons and I love sports.
Yeah, I just want to give people who are listening who may not know how challenging what you have done is the Ironman World Championship. What it consists of, it's a 2.4-mile swim, it's a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile run. And last I checked, 26.2 miles is a whole marathon. That is just amazing, Adrienne. Talk about how you train for a marathon, for a 112-mile bike run, and then the swimming part of that, because I've done triathlons myself. And usually I'm with people like you do the swim, I'll do the run, you do the bike. We're like taking it in pieces, but
Oh,
you
so
did
like relay, a
yes, like
relay.
that's how us non-athletes do it. That's how we get it done. But what was your training like? How many hours a day were you out running or swimming or riding your bike?
My training, my training days, um, through the week are 40 hours a week. So some days I have a bike and run. So I go to Claremont. I went to Claremont like 3 times a week, which is in Orlando, to meet with my coach. He lives in Orlando. So Claremont is halfway for both of us, and it's very hilly like Kauai is. It's rolling whole hills and hot, just like Kauai is.
Mm.
Um, so I train about 40 hours a week.
Yeah, that's like a full-time job for most adults. We go to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 40 hours. So that is wow. That's impressive. That kind of training. And I shouldn't forget, you're also a college student. So when
Yeah.
do you get to study?
Um, there's a lot of car rides in from to and from Orlando. So I live in Ocala, which is about an hour and 30 minutes away from Orlando. So it's a lot of early morning wake up calls. And I go swimming 3 days a week, which I wake up at 3:30. So
Wow.
and but I have time after my training to get my school done, and luckily everything is on the computer for homework assignments and a lot of PowerPoints and a lot of other stuff. So, yeah.
Well, as impressed as I am with your physical abilities and competing in this tough competition, I am so proud that you are a college student. My nonprofit, Special Needs Network, we just did a series on college readiness for individuals on the spectrum because we want to encourage more young people on the spectrum to go to college and then equip them with the tools that they need to be successful. So you are a role model for many of those students. And maybe I'll have you come talk to those students because there is a lot of apprehension and fear that students have.
Mhm.
Let's talk about that a little. How have you overcome just some of the anxiety that I know exists for students neurotypical students who are, entering their first year of college, but particularly, those on the spectrum. How have you been able to navigate a college campus?
I have navigated a college campus by like planning a lot ahead to use my maps, and I visited first. I toured it first so that the college, luckily it's close to my house, so I don't have to go nowhere far.
Well, that's again so impressive that you are a college student while also doing these really, really intense competitions. I wanted to ask you, Adrienne, did you hear the comments that the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, made about individuals with autism?
Yes, I did.
How did that statement make you feel?
That statement made me feel like a lot of people, well, like him saying we can't do anything. Um, but I don't like, I mean, I, there's, it's a, I don't, it's a spectrum. It's not an ability that you can see, it's a spectrum of a lot. But it was I think it was very negative, of saying that we can't do a lot of things. But I think you put your mind to something and you can accomplish what you can accomplish.
Well said. So well said, Adrienne. And I hope that people that see you, learn about your story, learn how difficult an Ironman World Championship is, will take away from that there are no limits to what people on the spectrum can accomplish. And when people hear about your story, Adrienne, what do you want them to take away from all of your achievements, from college to your athleticism to breaking these world records?
I want to that I want them to know that I am very determined and very focused on what I am going to accomplish, and they can do it. Anybody can do it if you put your mind and heart and soul, what you love to do, um, in that, and the support that you have from a lot of people. Um, so love I just love defending the odds.
Oh, that's fantastic. I want to ask you though, what was going through your mind when you were crossing that finish line? You were crushing the goal of finishing first in your group. Your time is amazing.
12
What was
hours and 41 minutes.
okay, in 18 seconds.
Mhm.
Wow. So what was going through your mind as you were, crushing that goal?
What was going through my mind were I was super happy. I was so emotional. A lot of just a lot of determination, and I loved how my coach and also what is it guide that helped me through all the sports. We work together, and you can do anything. So I was so excited to be able to cross that finish line.
Wow. How old were you, Adrienne, when you started? So I know you've been an athlete pretty much most of your life, your young life, but when did you actually start training for the Ironman competition?
I started training. I started triathlon when I was 13. It
Oh,
was the pilot program for Special Olympics. John Robles, the director of Special Olympics, asked me if I wanted to do a triathlon, and we didn't know, none of us knew what a triathlon was. All we knew it was included running. Um, and I did my first triathlon, and I loved challenging myself every single day, and meeting a lot of new people. And I think the triathlon community is a great community of a lot of people, to me, a lot of people. And Special Olympics is too. Special Olympics is like a family to me. And I just love doing a lot of things with Special Olympics and Ironman at the same time.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We love Special Olympics as well. So, Adrienne, did you do that first triathlon at the age of 13 or you just started training?
I started at 13. I did the triathlon at 13 also.
And so we know the Ironman competition 2025 wasn't your first. You've done three, right? And 24 and 23 as well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Uh, and your primary sport, Adrienne, what was your primary sport?
My primary sport is running. I love to run. When I was younger, I got my gym teacher at one school that I went to gave me a foot, like a plastic foot, and it was tangible. Like, I love tangible things. And she said, if you run around the whole sidewalk, you'll get a plastic foot. And I was on medication at the time, so that also helped me a lot with focusing. And my parents actually weaned me off of medication when I was running because it helped me focus, and I just looked forward to running. And sure enough, I got so much feet on my necklace that it got filled up.
Wow, that's incredible. Again, I sit here as a very amateur runner. I've run several half marathons, a bunch of 10Ks and 5Ks. I've never run a marathon, though. I'm getting inspired, though, all over again, just listening to your story. Before I let you go, Adrienne, I know you're working hard in college. What's the goal? What degree are you working towards, and what do you plan to do when you graduate from college?
Yeah, so what I plan to do when I graduate college is I am going for to work with therapeutic horseback riding, or the sheriff, work with the sheriff horses to train them, or to do a lot of do things with horses. I love horses. So I wanted to get back into that community, the one that taught me so much and being the person who I am today. So I'm excited to get that degree and find a job for horses.
Do you have a degree at your college that aligns with your desires for a job after college? Like, what's your degree will be? What will your degree be in?
Equine science.
Equine says, okay, great. So they do have an actual major where you get to study. That is so fantastic. Other than looking forward to graduating college, getting a job, working with horses and doing therapy, what's next for you? You're already accomplished so much at the very tender age of 20, but I know that you're always aspiring and looking towards the future. So what can we expect next from Adrienne?
Aw, thank you so much for saying that. I am doing the Boston Marathon, and in April 20th, on April 20th, I'm so excited to be doing that,
That is
working towards a lot of races, the Abbott, the start for the 7 marathons.
Wow, that is so amazing. So I'm going to tell you, I have my trainer who trained me for my half marathon. She set a goal to run a marathon on every continent, and she
Ooh.
accomplished it. So she's done. I'm going to tell her about you. She's going to be so excited to hear your story. She finished Antarctica was her last continent
Oh,
that she had
wow.
to do a marathon on. Yes. So something else for you to think about and put kind of on your wish list to do. She said it was the most thrilling experience of a lifetime to know that she's run a marathon on every single continent.
Oh, that's great. That must be cold, Antarctica.
Yeah, she said it was cold, it was dark, but she said it was so thrilling just to, have that accomplished. I just want to thank you so much again, Adrienne, for sharing your story, for inspiring so many young folks on the spectrum, folks, period, athletes around the world, not just those who are neurodivergent, but those who are aspiring, who have goals, who've set goals, who may sometimes doubt if they can accomplish their goals. You are such a walking testament to how important it is to set goals, stay consistent, be persistent, and come out as a winner on the other side. So again, thank you so much for sharing your story. What you have shown us today is that greatness doesn't come from fitting into someone else's mode. It comes from daring to redefine what that mode is. And you've done that at just, such a young age. You became the youngest known woman with autism, and definitely the youngest woman, period, to finish the Ironman World Championship. I love that word, world. It's not just the United States, it's the World Championship. But beyond the medals, beyond the finish line is a message, I think, for all of us. And again, it's that perseverance and purpose can carry you through any obstacle. Your story, again, is not just about sports. It's about possibility. It's about resilience. And it's about rewriting narratives. And so contrary to those negative comments made by our Health and Human Services Secretary, your journey reminds us, my son's journey, the kids that I work with every day at Special Needs Network, all of your stories remind us that neurodiversity is not a limitation. It is not something that we should shun. It's not something that we should malign. It just means that kids and young adults are different and that they express their brilliance in different ways. And when we make space and we embrace and we really recognize the brilliance that kids like you have, wow, that should give us all so much strength and so much hope. So I just say to anyone, whether you are chasing a dream, rebuilding after a setback, or just trying to find your rhythm, trying to find your place in this very busy world, take a page. Please take a page from Adrienne's playbook. Keep showing up, keep pushing forward, and never let anyone define what your limits and your possibilities are. I'm Areva Martin, and thank you so much for watching this special report. And till the next time, stay empowered, stay inspired, and keep breaking those boundaries.
Calling all BIPOC college students, recent college graduates, and clinicians. Here's my story about CORE, a unique workforce development program that is changing lives. My brother is the most caring person you will ever meet. With his autism diagnosis, my family had to fight to make sure that the resources he deserved were available. That's why my goal has always been to help children with developmental disabilities and give them chances my brother may have missed. So when I heard about the CORE Fellowship, I knew immediately it was for me. The fellowship opens doors for myself and others like me. They offer training, a stipend while you're learning, job placement, and they'll pay up to $10,000 of my student loan debt. The CORE Fellowship is going to allow me to achieve my life's purpose. They care about me, so I can care about others, like my brother. Visit the website to learn more about the CORE Fellowship. Discover your core passion, your power, and your purpose. Apply today.